All right, everyone. So as you've probably seen, I have tried, I think, every flavor of David protein bar that is out there. This one you can see here is a chocolate chip cookie dough flavor, but this is just so you know what we're talking about. Let's dive in. I've been able to eat an entire box. Let's go in and see what it's worth, if it's worth it, how I felt about the protein. Okay, so if you're watching this, you may have already heard about David Protein. This is one of those protein bars that I think is going to change a big perspective and game in the industry for protein bars. The main reason for that is because it's 28 grams of protein. When most protein bars you're looking at, the standard is probably 20 to 25. So they're squeezing a couple extra grams of protein in here and only for 150 calories. So there's some protein bars out there that to get 20, 25, maybe even 30, like they're your 300 calories already. Now, the key to this though, is that they also say 0 sugars and their net carbs are, decently low as well. And we'll get into that in a second. But if you've seen my taste test, go ahead and look at that and you'll understand why maybe this is an option for future protein bars. The flavors are not terrible, they're not bad. So when you go into this, there is 2 grams of fat, 150 calories, like I said. Cholesterol is 5 milligrams, sodium is 230 milligrams. And all bars are pretty much the same. They have the same nutrient fact panel, which is okay per flavor. They say total carbs is 14 grams with 2 dietary fibers. Now this is where it's going to be interesting because the sugar that they use is allulose, is going to be one of their main sugars. So with that, I think it's about 7. It's on the packaging itself, on the individual wrappers. Yeah. So they're saying that it's 2 net carbs because there's 14 grams of total carbs, 2 fibers, then you minus 3 grams of glycerin and 7 grams of allulose. So if you're not familiar with allulose, allulose is one of those sugars that came out, not terribly long ago, but one of those newer ones that the body doesn't really absorb like sugar. So it doesn't, I guess, according to this, technically count as a carb because the body doesn't absorb it, it passes through the body. So I've heard a lot of people have some concerns because if you eat too much allulose, that it can cause some digestive discomfort, right? Because it's not being absorbed by the body and it's coming through. So take that in mind. If you're sensitive to allulose, or maybe if different types of artificial sweeteners do upset your stomach, David might not be for you. Now, 28 grams of protein, where they're getting their protein from is a mix. So for those hardcore workout people, you're not gonna love this because it has the protein system, as they call it, is milk protein isolate, collagen, whey protein concentrate, and egg white. So there's some good stuff. They have the whey protein in there, they have the egg white, but they're also getting the milk protein, which is fine, right? It's probably a lower class of protein, and the collagen. So depending on what your goals are, this might not be the exact best, but let's be honest, for most of us out there consuming protein, we just need protein. If you're eating meat, you're getting different proteins from that. If you're drinking a protein shake or mixing it with almond milk, whatever, you just need to consume protein. So I enjoyed these. I have noticed that I couldn't take one every single day, like as a protein bar, like a protein supplement, because like, for example, this chocolate chip cookie dough, I felt like all of them had this sweetness to them that while I'm eating it, I don't feel like it's sweet. But when I think about eating another one, like the next day, sometimes it's like I'm not in that type of a sweet mood, which is surprising because not that I'm a sweet tooth, but it was surprising that I would kind of actually turn this down to go for just something else, even though this had great macros. So one thing that I would have is maybe one of these sweeteners does have a little bit too much of it. Maybe there's too much allulose causing for a little bit too much of a sweet hit in the body, and even me turning away it from every now and then. So, but it was still good. I still like it, and I would love to keep some of these on hand. If you guys have the availability to try it, 100% give it a try. If you want to buy a box and supplement with it as a protein bar, totally. But I wouldn't say this is the only protein bar you should have, only because, again, I got tired of kind of the sweetness of the bar after a couple days. So keep that in mind. And I would say I'm going to keep it in, if I can keep it in rotation, I will. So this is, again, really good protein bar. They have really good macros on here, which is super surprising given some of the other stuff. I think this is a wake-up call to some of the other industry protein bars to start matching what's here. 28 grams of protein, 150 calories, 0 sugars, because the sweeteners that are in there aren't sugars, right? I think it's a good wake-up call and a good thing that we hopefully will be getting some better quality protein bars that aren't just throwing chocolate and sugar into a bar and calling it protein. Again, guys, if you've tried it, let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear from people who have actually used this. And if not, guys, go give it a try. Until next time, bye.